Hi, and welcome to Adobe Live. This is actually the last show of the week, week dedicated to UX design and Adobe XD. And to close the week, we welcome back Danielle and Talin.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for coming back. And I'm pretty excited because yesterday you started an awesome prototype project, so we'll try to recap what's going on, but it's just awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining in the chat. I see Alexei. Thanks for watching. Dulgun. Yeah, let us know if you have been using Adobe XD today, because the community shared a lot of prototypes. It was quite amazing. So yeah, let us know in the chat if you use XD today. We will definitely use it during these 2 hours. And if you want to share prototypes that you have been creating, don't hesitate to tweet the link to the prototype adding Adobe Live. That's the hashtag. Yeah. And we'll be happy to feature them.
It's some great prototypes.
Oh yeah, no, today like the quality was super impressive. Like this morning I was very impressed.
I feel like we gotta step up our game, Danielle.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, step up. Maybe you want to recap, what we did yesterday and what we are working on.
Should we do some intros too? Do you want to do intros as well?
Oh,
just
quick
for
intro.
people who are new to the stream. Maybe?
Okay. Quick intro.
I will start. Yes. I'm Danielle, a designer here at Adobe, and I work on the Adobe Design Lab team, looking at what's next for Adobe. So really the future of products or anything here at Adobe.
Yeah. And I'm Talin Wadsworth. I'm the lead designer for Adobe XD.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
And I'm Michael. I'm French. So we can start.
That's all that's necessary there.
Yeah.
Also a very power user of Adobe XD. So
yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of it since day one. Since Sparkle.
Sparkler. Yes,
Sparkler.
Yes, indeed. The original code name. So I was really excited about the prototype we came up with yesterday.
Yeah, so
we made some good progress.
So actually, I remember you visited adobexd.uservoice.com, which is the place where the community gives feedback and starts a conversation directly with the XD team.
Yeah.
And you discuss features and you can vote for features, so it can become a priority for the team. And you challenge the community to get more feedback. So this is really the place to go, and mods will share the link in the chat. And then you discovered this feature where there was a lot of a big conversation around it. And what was original is that one of the users actually designed with XD what should be the feature.
Yeah.
So you started from this, and it's about adding comments, reviewing design, but directly within XD. Where today you can publish the prototype on the web, and on the web I can add some comments per artboard. But maybe you want to show the concept, and where we're at today.
Yeah, and actually I just posted the link with the hashtag Adobe Live. So if you guys want, you can go check out the prototype on Twitter. Yeah, cool. Live with us right now.
If the mods can check Twitter, it's Mr. Talin, and copy paste the link in the chat. That would be awesome.
Yep. So we built this prototype that we called Project Loop. Project Loop. Like I've got the mic in my face. I'll move it over here a little bit so I can see.
And we have Joshua who says, "Hey, I'm from LA. I'm using XD right now."
Oh, right.
Okay, cool.
See right there, it's just like this. We're just having this like hive mind, like Adobe XD experience. I love it. Big mind meld. So here I'm looking at the prototype for Project Loop, and again, it's about comments and annotations. Oh, there we go.
Because there's just one face working.
Oh, good call. So I was there.
Like your keyboard was talking.
Oh, my battery life's good. Thanks, Paul. Yep. So now I can see what I'm looking at. So I'm like looking over the mic, and so we had this problem of like communicating. Like when other people get into our files, we don't want them to do something wrong or bad with our stuff, and mess it all up. So we wanted to be able to leave a comment. So you can we prototyped. You can click on anything that you've designed on your artboard. You can get this little icon up here to make an annotation. You click on it. Danielle, leave an annotation there. Oh, we didn't quite get the final copy in there, but so she's made a comment now on that object. So anytime anyone looks at that object, they can see that comment. And of course, we wanted to say like, oh, maybe there's a big conversation happening on this document. So then over here on the panel, we wanted a place where you could see all of the comments happening across the document on all, the little different artboards. And then but like the layers panel, we thought, okay, well, this is the full conversation. What if I just click on an artboard and we just see the comments related to that artboard, which is really cool. So it works just like the layers panel does today, very contextual. And if you want, and when you say you're trying to navigate through and you're trying to see where all the comments are, what if you could just click on a comment and XD would pan and zoom and take you right to the thing that you wanted to look at and address the comment on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really good.
Barb in the chat, Barb is saying I'm loving Adobe XD. It's super easy to use. Which is true.
That's one of my favorite parts about it, really.
Yeah. And that's why we ask you, to create and share prototypes during these 3 days. And some of them are really awesome. Let me try to find some from this morning, and then we will show some more recent ones. But this morning I was really impressed.
Oh, look, we even had people commenting live on the prototype, and Kelsey Nyhaus, she actually noticed there's a slight alignment issue between the screen 9 and 10.
Good catch.
Good eye.
Good eye. Only a designer would really notice that. A product
We have some designers
manager,
watching.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice catch. Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks for commenting, too. So if you guys are checking out the prototype, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. I've got the comment panel open here right now. Alex did. Cool. Did you find?
Yeah, I want to show you
Loading
one.
one.
Actually, someone who won a Creative Cloud subscription this morning because the prototype is so neat. It's about ordering ice creams, which was a.
There you go. I mean,
again,
enough said.
it's a-
yeah.
It's a thing. So what I like is that it starts with the loading experience. And why not?
Very important. Got to make it feel real.
Yeah, make it feel real. And then you have some ice cream features. And which one would you like? First one?
Ooh, yeah, ice cream's more.
And what's cool is this, you see. So just playing with some filters. You see, ooh,
Oh, nice.
Oh.
nice. Then you can add it to
Very
the
nice.
cart. And come back. You can order this one too. Add to the cart. And it's super neat. Very easy to use. And just
Nice.
making it real, just with a few colors. I mean, it was
A little background blur. Very nice.
and background blur. Yeah, we got a really good one. Like this one was about coffee. Also very clean, with the Android keyboard.
Bringing up the keyboard. Yeah.
So you type. So okay.
Maybe from the UI kit, from the Android
from the
UI,
UI
kit.
kit,
Very
and
nice.
then you can
Yeah, the
scroll. Add to cart. Super efficient also. Order placed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Just
Look good.
I would like to
and
use
watching
both
the
of those
stream. I mean,
apps.
that's
Those
cool.
are two of my passions.
Very
right
good job.
there.
So
You
keep
can have the
sharing.
coffee app. I'll take the ice
There you
cream.
go. There you go.
Keep sharing. Maybe we can play the animation again, so I can explain if you want to participate how it works. So we just invite you to download and use Adobe XD. It's a free beta app available on Windows 10 and Mac OS. And using the design view, you design a shopping experience. Okay, that's the theme of the week. At least 3 screens. So 3 screens, more than enough. And you can use the prototype view to connect the screens, preview your prototype, and once you are happy with it, you can share it. So it will create a link. Anyone can visit the link and leave comments. This is what you have just done actually with Talin and Daniel's prototype. Copy the link and tweet the link adding the Adobe Live hashtag. Okay, it's the only way for us to catch your prototype, feature it on the screen, and then Talin and Danielle at the end of the show will say, "Oh, this was my favorite one." And actually, yesterday we forgot, so we will give away 2. Okay, you will
Oh,
your favorite
alright.
one and your favorite one.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Give away 2 Creative Cloud subscription.
I really like that ice cream one. They're changing the flavor.
It's good, huh?
That's
That
really
was
So it's a
really
nice
cool.
tip,
I don't know.
so-
That's
It's very
that's
subtle. I like that.
Keep that in
a
mind.
tie in my list right now. Yeah.
So awesome. So what is the plan for today?
Well, I think the first day, so each day so far, the first day and yesterday, we went through different ideas,
Yeah.
right? Exploring different ideas, 2 different ideas. And so the first day was sort of like something we sort of had in mind with the style guides. Yesterday, looking at user voice and picking one of those with the comments. And I think that we're at a place where now we can sort of dive deeper into one of those ideas.
Cool.
And so I think we're going to just continue with the workflow of the commenting or
Yep.
the loop prototype that we have here. So kind of looking through a continuation of that story. And I think yesterday on the chat we were hearing people were interested in also like what do notifications look like or how do we tie that in. So I think that's where we want to like continue the story is figuring out what the workflow looks like when you have 2 people, with these documents and commenting back and forth and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
I mean, and that really kind of lines up with like how this iterative process really happens, right? You make something, you share it with someone, you get some feedback, you learn from that, and then you take it right back in with that feedback, and you make your design better. And you know, so we, you know, we're giving each other feedback kind of afterwards, and then of course we got some feedback with things people liked on the stream. And so yeah, this is just like that next phase. You know, how do we just keep telling that story and validating it, right? And just keep making it better. And that's the cool thing about XD is that we're just doing this in real time. And again, we're just able to update the same link and continue to respond to feedback and, you know, design at the speed of thought.
There you go.
You know who stole that line this morning?
Who did?
Claude from Telepathy.
Did he?
Yeah, he pretends it's from him.
That's from him. That's all right.
So we have
That's
very
all right.
nice
That's
comments
good line.
from Luis Vasquez in the chat saying that it's an honor to meet the people behind the apps. And as a designer, I cannot thank you enough for your hard work. So yeah,
Wow.
that's for you.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank you, yeah.
thanks for checking it out. Really, like that's just the best part. I think is when we hear from designers and creatives, or people who are not designers who've used XD.
Yeah.
Like that just is the best part, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the cool things about, I feel like what I love about making creative tools is that you're creating something like a tool for other creative people to make something themselves. So what's really interesting is always to see like what other people end up making, you know, with this thing, like this tool that you've worked on to put in their hands. So I always enjoy that.
That's the
But,
best.
yeah.
That's
cool.
why we do it. You know, I guess it's fine. You know.
And Alexa is asking you, do you have a specific vision on how the mirror should be implemented in Adobe XD?
The
mirror.
mirror.
Is it
Oh, is it the mirroring tool? Yeah, that we have in Illustrator, I think. Right now we just.
You think so?
implemented it back, yeah.
Or is it the mirror on your phone, the preview app?
I don't know.
Oh.
Can you be more specific,
let us know.
Alexei?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give us a few more details, and we'll be happy to answer.
Yes, indeed. So when we're here, we're gonna we can answer questions about UX
Yeah.
design, about Adobe design, our team, our big team here.
Oh, like
Adobe
in
XD.
Illustrator.
Sorry, that is what I thought.
Yeah.
So mirror in Illustrator. How
Yeah,
does it
because we
work?
have that sort of the mirror tool
Yeah.
that comes in and then it starts to flip and just sort of you get a lot of interesting symmetry that you can play with right from the mirror tool. I know that was like one of the things I was working on.
Yeah,
a
that was
couple of years ago.
that was your
it
team
was
was
my
working on
team,
that. Yeah, you were
I'm
working
like,
on
how
that.
do you know about the mirror tool? Yeah,
that's,
specifically asking me.
We've got them all
Yeah.
in the organization.
I'm scared.
No.
Yeah, it would be interesting to think about how that starts to work within here. I guess within maybe some of the drawing applications, or like when you start using the pen tool a bit more, applying it. But
Yeah, because like a lot of, particularly like icons, right? You need to draw a lot of icons for your UI, and a lot of icons are really simple shapes, and they're very symmetrical, right? To keep that sort of form and that integrity, even at small sizes. There's
make
a
sure it's
lot.
symmetrical.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
it
lot
can
of
make sense,
regularity.
yeah.
I think it would. Yeah, definitely.
I haven't thought about it in XD necessarily, like as a thing. So that's an interesting question to
Yeah,
think
that's
about it more
interesting.
specifically, because I do think about it more in the drawing realm, because just like shape
Yeah.
base and things like that. But it is interesting. It would be an interesting question to think about it more
And does it
specifically
make
to
sense
XD.
also, for layout? Because if it's already in Illustrator, I mean, also it's one of the easiest workflow. Like you use the Illustrator tool, you design your icon, you copy paste, it's in XD. So
That's good. Yeah, and soon
soon way
you'll
better.
also be able to put that icon into a Creative Cloud library
that's a sneak.
and then drag it into XD and actually use it in your layout in XD
Yeah.
and keep it linked.
And don't
So-
repeat that because it's not public. Okay,
Didn't hear it from Talin.
No, not me at all. I didn't say that.
you can
So,
say
yeah.
that Paul Trani sneaked that.
Well, where should we kick this off today?
Yeah,
So we've got our prototype, and we've got kind of our hi-fi version. Danielle had been working on kind of the lo-fi version, kind of telling the story.
Yep.
And then I was coming in and adding more fidelity to our prototype as we went. You want to kick things off right from here today and kind of go from the next steps?
I think maybe I'll continue with some of that lo-fi sort of
Yeah.
like higher story, and you can go in and do some more detail.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll start from within here and sort of continue. And
Definitely.
So I think, let's see, where did we leave off? We have.
And John, it's a good question. We will answer your question in a few minutes.
Okay.
Because it's it will be a long answer.
Okay. So we have all these comments. I think one thing I'm starting to think about is if we start thinking about the notifications a little bit more, which seems like something people were talking about on the chat yesterday. It's like how we are bringing in some of the chats within, or the comments within here. Like how we're organizing that, because right now we have it based off of the artboard, and so like how are we organizing that information? Because I'm thinking, okay, maybe we have a little notification symbol on this chat, so you know there's something subtle. Yeah, you just know that you have something new, and then you can just open this panel up, and then you'll see maybe some selection of, and the newest item would be on top, which just makes me think maybe we should reorder this a little bit based off of time, but still have sort of chunks of the artboards.
Yeah, and so so the workflow would be if, say, you were in the document and you left a comment, and then I came in later, like I would then have that alert inside the app frame of XD. And then I click on it, see it, and then probably want to jump right to what the comment's about at that specific place. Because when you open the document, you sort of see everything, and you want to maybe use that to get right there.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good idea.
All right.
Yeah, so maybe we should also have who is in this document. Start to be able to see like visually like who is actually within XD.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Okay,
so maybe I'll start on that.
Okay, and I can start. I'm going to start making our comments, our story, the content of our story, maybe a little more real. So giving some real, because like my favorite comment on the prototype was "long comment needs to be longer." That was some funny little commentary on our content. So I'm gonna make this feel a little more real as you're doing that. Okay. I think I'm also going to start using symbols a little more than I did yesterday.
So as you are working, we will answer the question from Jones. It was about like he was saying that he's in his career for 5 years, as a designer in general. He was asking about your first experience as a UX designer, UX UI designer. Like, how was your first experience?
Yeah. So I started. I went to just design school. So I was doing just a lot of, brand and identity work and
reso printing.
Yeah, reso printing and rock and roll posters and just your typical design stuff, websites and the like. And I was working in a small studio and we were doing a lot of interactive jobs, and then I had basically Adobe was kind of the first sort of UX UI design opportunity that I'd really applied for.
Okay.
And I didn't really, and we had been doing a lot of kind of interactive work and websites and apps early on, and but we hadn't really called it that yet. And so my first real sort of interactive, sort of fully digital job was like, it was really here, which is crazy. So
that's insane.
Yeah.
Not quite the same for me. I didn't start here by any means. I think like for me, like I did study graphic design as well, but it took me a while to figure out what type of design I really wanted to do. So I ended up doing a lot of different internships and jobs to try and figure out what that was for me. So I started off doing more of sort of visual design, just basic visual design, and doing sort of like event design and some web graphics and things like that. And then I started moving over and finally was working on like a product concept with a team where I started thinking more about actual like flows of things, and that was really interesting to me to like come up with an idea and then figure out all of the stages of getting the user through to the end product. So that's what really hooked me, and then I eventually ended up interning here and working even more specifically on like creative tools, which was just so unique of a thing, and so now I'm still here.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the transition happened, I think, as any design, the designers go where the work is a lot of times, right? And so, like we were doing what you could consider UX and UI work, at the studio I was working at before Adobe, but it hadn't really sort of caught on. Everybody was kind of a web designer, right? Like, I think we're all just designers, but I think we choose to sort of focus on different, mediums, maybe different experiences. But a lot of times designers adapt and take their skills and apply them, right, to communicate ideas on different platforms and different mediums, So
Yeah.
yeah. So I didn't find the transition very difficult.
Okay.
Maybe that's the short way of saying it.
I like that Tim commented. He's thanking you for making the long comment longer.
Thanks, Tim. You know, I got to make it feel real. That's what it's all about.
After you do that, you're done for the day. That's all. That's it.
Alexei, he was also asking about pop-up. You know, like today in XD, if you want to a pop-up to be displayed on top of a screen, you have to create a separate artboard and maybe do a default transition. So he was asking if we are considering, or maybe it's a feature request, of a kind of overlay mode. You know, maybe in a separate artboard, you just design the pop-up, and the transition should be put on top. You know, overlay.
Yeah, definitely. We are definitely working on adding more controls and more fidelity to motion interaction in prototyping mode. I mean, overlays is kind of right at the top of our list right now.
Okay.
As well as scrollable regions we're working on
Okay, so
right now
not
as
the
well.
entire screen, but just
So just like I just want to
one
scroll
part.
in this particular area, or you can have things like headers and things that
Fixed
scroll underneath
headers.
it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so being worked on
Yeah.
right
The
now.
fixed headers, we saw it like this requires a lot of time this week. I saw it in the chat.
Oh,
a
the
lot of
fixed
times.
headers?
Yeah.
Fixed headers.
Yeah. I saw that on user voice actually too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure everywhere. I saw it this morning in the New York Times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I was like, what? You look so serious. Like, it's
Yeah,
aside.
you will get used to it.
Ah, fooling me.
Takes a few days.
Like, what?
So Chris, do you have a recommended workaround to pass the assets to front-end developers today? So yesterday we shared, actually, we talked a little bit about the handoff. You know, like you design your prototype, handoff. Like how can you give it to a developer team? And so Talin shared that we're definitely working on it and finding ways to make it easier for developers to understand what's going on in the prototype.
Yeah.
And today you can select, I think, anything in XD and export to PNG or SVG. So in terms of design assets, it's already very easy.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice because you can go in there and actually just choose like, oh, I need to deliver assets for this platform, for iOS or for Android, and then XD will just sort of smartly sort of export and package up like
With the scaling?
with all the right sort of like 1x, 2x assets. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. But
cool.
Wouldn't it be cool if I could send the link to my prototype to my developer, and he could pull all of the redline spec information, or export or download any assets. I mean, that would just be really.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool. Yes.
Ooh. And thanks the mod. So every time you have feedback or feature requests, please join the conversation on the user voice. This is like all the project managers, Talin, they go every week to check, what the community wants, and what is the general feedback. So don't hesitate. So Gabby G, you want to save, upload a prototype that use previews, but don't have a way to use the same link name. New link, have to send new links. I'm not sure what's the issue here, Gabby G. I mean, what you can do when you share a prototype, it uploads everything and creates a URL with a name. You can update it at any time, but it has to be the same project. So maybe you want to replace it by another project, and it becomes an issue. And this is something else. Well, Claudia just is very excited by the scrollable region.
As am I. Claudia cannot come soon enough. So it's just.
Kemal, it's true that the way Adobe XD outputs assets has been thought for developers, integration, and front-end designers, front-end developers.
Yep. We really looked at the needs for each of those deliverables. So iOS and Android and web, or an option to just spit out like a 100% resolution, single artboard. as well as PDF support as well. So definitely looking at ways in which designers need to deliver information.
And communicate.
You know, I think, you know, our goal is always just to make that better or faster or smarter. You know, how can we help take away some of that manual management?
Friction,
Yeah.
Actually, this is something also that has been introduced in Photoshop a few years back. You know, the legacy, I think is the word, save for the web. You know, they transformed everything to also save assets and automatically generate the 2x, 4x versions. Yeah, I'm still using the legacy, but don't tell anyone. I'm so used to the shortcut, you know.
I know. That's hard to sometimes, you know, break habits like that.
That's why it's cool to start with a fresh new app.
Yes. Just
You
leave all that
create the
behind.
habits, You create the habits.
It's pretty good.
Okay, we have a new prototype shared by. Okay, let me have a look. It's shared by Carrie Sewer ID. It's called Kuni Gourmet Tacos. Oh, this is loading. Should I wait? Okay. User login. Okay. I want to place the order. Yeah. Ooh. Process payment. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, message.
Seeing a theme, food and drink. It's gonna make
food
me,
and drink. Yeah.
make me hungry, make me thirsty.
Oh, there's even a QR code. To get a discount at the shop. I see.
Wow, very nice.
That's pretty thorough.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah, good job. Keep sharing. Maybe you will win a Creative Cloud subscription at the end of the show. Thanks for this entry. If you want to participate, just create a prototype, the theme is shopping, and share it on Twitter adding the Adobe Live hashtag. There is a share menu in Adobe XD. Alex, you want some tacos? Okay. I will ship you some tacos in
That's what California does, right? Gourmet tacos. That's what we do.
Alex is the front-end developer of the Behance Adobe Live
oh, nice
experience.
Nice work, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good job.
Very nice work.
No bug.
I haven't seen anything.
Bug-free.
Yes.
It's bug-free. Yeah, if you have feedback for Alex, people watching on Behance, that's your time. Feedback such as, I need emojis in the chat because I want to express my emotions. Yeah.
Also, GIF. We need GIF support in chat.
Oh my gosh, that would get pretty crazy.
Don't tell them that there is. I can enable that.
Alex
did
have
something.
the power.
I see,
You were the
I
one
see.
with the power.
Alex
to
did
enable.
something.
See the Mattia, he had a question about effects and like reflect like CSS effects and buttons or SVG animations, or just more realistic, more things that feel a little more custom. I'd say definitely something that we want to dive into. We got a lot of work to get there, but definitely something we're looking at, and we have some prototypes we've worked on and some things we're trying out, and we want to just get it right. Again, we want to make sure that like when you start adding, you know, more complex animations or more objects and different states of objects, you add a lot more complexity. And so how do we keep the design changes feeling really seamless and really fluid so you can just work quick and keep it feeling that way as you add more information into your design. So definitely something we're looking into.
So Alex, you know, like some people, they found a way to add emojis. Mods, can you remind them the link to the website we found this morning to copy paste emojis and use them in the Behance chat?
Oh, so you can copy.
We found a way. So yeah, some people are talking about the Make It Impactful contest. So this is a contest going on this month. You still have, I think, at least 10 days to enter the contest, where we ask you to, using XD, to design a landing page, either for a website or a mobile app, just a landing page on how to make an impact. So it could be about your story. And the prices are quite awesome, actually. You can win $750. You can win Creative Cloud subscriptions. You can win 1 hour mentoring session with a UX designer, like a private mentoring session. And someone will be randomly, like one of the winners of all the Make It Impactful contests will be randomly picked to go to Max, Adobe Max. So Adobe Max, by the way,
cool.
starts on October 18. So in about 1 month, right? Yeah, about 4 weeks. And 4 or 5 weeks, 1 month, yeah, it depends. And we will be live from Adobe Max.
Yes.
We will be at Max, Talin. Yeah, come on.
I TBD.
TBD.
No, seriously? Well, WTF.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see. Game time decision.
Okay.
So Danielle,
You go to Max?
You on Max this year?
I am also TBD, but I will most likely be going, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly going?
Most likely going, yes.
Most likely
yes,
going.
I am
Yes.
probably going
Yes.
this year, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I know. Yes, I'm in suspense here. Danielle, what I was thinking of in our flow, if this makes sense, is so we have what I like to do sometimes in telling like a story in a prototype is kind of section things out and like have like a natural jumping off point where if we want to go to like another user, like there's a natural sort of break. There's a moment where, and we tell like almost like little vignettes of the story.
Yep.
So I was thinking, we have that point, and I'll pop up in the preview window here. So we have you come in and you select something and you make a comment.
Yep.
Right. Now this might be a natural point for us to jump over to me and actually see that notification from the so basically you've made that comment and you close out and you kind of go about working, and then I come in and that's where we introduce introduce the panel of comments. I'll look at the stream of comments.
I think that makes sense.
That might be nice.
That's
yeah.
really
Okay.
nice.
Okay. Great. So we're
So maybe I'll add these little guys up to the top of the beginning of the flow.
So now we have Alex working on the emojis for the chat.
Oh.
Thanks for joining Adobe Live. Now you have more work. Now, you know what we could do, Alex? Maybe we could have interactive live streams where we all design emojis for Adobe Live.
That would be great.
That would be cool.
Custom emoji design stream.
Yeah, with illustrators.
That
we just design our own set of emojis.
That would be great.
I want to do that. I want to be a part of that.
You should have your own set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Done.
I like that. I like that. Because that's a big Twitch thing, right? Like Twitch streamers all have their own custom emoji sets.
Yeah, it's true. Like each streamer, like if you subscribe or if you follow a streamer, like if you subscribe, I think you can use their own emojis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
More work for the developers.
That's what we're here for.
That's
why we're here. Designers dreaming the future, making more work for the developers. That's what we do. We build cool prototypes and we get them sold, and then we're like, how are we going to build this?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I just see giant emojis.
Yeah, because Kevin wants us to add a feature where you can quickly draw something, as a comment, scribble something.
Yeah.
It's for the V2, for the 2.0. For the 1.0, we'll just do text and
just
film,
do text.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Text right now is interesting, but even like with the scribble thing, it's like, what if you could show what you kind of want, a suggestion of what you want it to actually look like?
Yeah,
like you could put like an actual icon or like an example of what you want that person to make it look like or something like that.
Maybe that's
interesting.
Maybe that's a nice way to sort of extend the flow too. Be like, all right, so we have the notification thing. I think that's cool. And then it's called. You get the call to action to go check that out. But then like, what if we had like an extra mode? Let's dream a little big here, where you would.
It's a little bit of on and off here.
Nope.
Nope. I was like, should I check?
Call Tom. Where is Andrew? Call Andrew.
Oh boy.
NJ.
So you hit the comment, and then maybe there's an option to actually like go into like a live mode where you can actually draw.
Yeah,
like,
maybe you get like either
overlay.
a little bit of space where you can either like drag and drop an image, like a screenshot, or like just something in there. Because I'm thinking like sample stuff, like the way I would like how do I usually respond to other people's designs, and what kind of feedback do I give them? It's like, oh, either I have something else I want them to make it look like, or maybe I have it like in my head.
So okay, so this gives me an idea. Okay, so I'm gonna go look at this dialogue right here. So we have a chat pod here that pops up, and I can add that comment. But what if under here, I was just thinking, because I do this all the time in Twitter, where I'm replying with GIFs all the time to people. We have like a little row of like action icons where you can kind of like kind of attach or actually like enter into the mode to like do the drawing on top. So like one's a little pencil, one is an image, and one is maybe like a Giphy icon. So you can just quickly go and like add like a little Giphy okay, all right, I like that. Okay, do you want to just kind of rough out what the live drawing one would be, like the live drawing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Is yours saved? Do you want to save yours?
Yeah, let me save mine. Yeah.
Actually.
Okay. You're one of those left dock people I see. You got your dock down the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're one of. I see. Yes, very.
I don't know. I had it at the bottom for a while. I felt like I just needed to switch it up a little.
No, I get totally.
Where's yours? Yours is hidden.
It's on the bottom, hidden. Yes, I am.
And you have like nothing down there.
I have nothing.
Doesn't seem
just
useful.
so you see, those are my priorities right there.
Oh yeah, okay. Fine.
That's my world right there.
All right, I'm gonna come into this section here.
Yeah, maybe just kind of fork that.
I'm just gonna pull this out for now. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Barbie's asking, how did you bring the Behance wireframe into XD?
Oh, the Behance one.
Oh.
Well, we just happen to know we have a contact on the Behance design team, and just a little thing that looks Behance is designed in XD.
Yeah.
So we were just able to grab the actual file that the team used to design Behance and just copy and paste it into our workflow.
No, I was working on another project that we were referencing and doing trying to solve similar problems as the Behance team, and so like having conversations like this is the thing, like at Adobe, like a lot of people are trying to solve similar problems. Like you have notifications across like all the products and things like that, so someone's naturally already solved the problem you probably are trying to figure out. So I was able to get my hands on their document to take a look to see what they were doing, and then happened to still have it.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Yes, there are.
Yeah, that's a real life example.
Yeah.
Like the Behance UI for the live stream also has been prototype and designed with XD. And this is how the Adobe Live team could provide feedback and real life example.
Look at that.
You see?
Happening for real work.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just joining us, actually, this is always one of those funny moments, but Danielle and I are actually using a file that my team uses when they're designing features in XD. So here we actually have like our master template for the app frame. So you can see this is the design file with the toolbar sitting inside of the app frame with the toolbar. So this is the actual file that my team and I build from every day when we're designing new features. So XD is built in XD, designed I should say in XD. So pretty cool. So I'm just drawing some icons here for our little modes.
Here, I've just received a very funny prototype.
Should we check it out?
I'm curious, yeah.
Yeah, it's by Mr. Glue. So it's called Peso. Okay. So the idea is, you can pay someone. So you
Big
can say
Sal.
feeling lucky.
It's Big Sal. Yeah, you got to pick.
Yeah, and then you pick your weapon, I guess.
Except for that should be. I know the PayPal pun is good, the play on words, but that's Luca Brasi. Just if we're being accurate,
Change my weapon.
I would be paying. Yes, we'd be paying Luca Brasi right there.
Yeah.
I like the little weapons.
If you're into the
That's good.
Godfather.
And there's something hidden here.
Casual.
Yeah,
all
I
kinds.
know.
Funny. Good job.
Very nice. Very nice.
Keep sharing on Twitter, adding the Adobe Live hashtag.
So Michael, 3 days. How do you this has been quite an event.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. Lots of good work happening. I always like.
Yeah, this morning also, like Telepathy, they designed a very cool app.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they tweeted about it. Let me check if I can find it. It's called Betterment.
Betterment. Oh, nice.
Do you know what this is?
No.
Betterment?
Oh, I feel like I've heard that before. What is?
Yeah, apparently it's a term. I wasn't aware, but okay, let me see. Oh, so that was yesterday. Oh, he didn't tweet today. Oh, come on. Maybe Jessica did. No.
I have to think of a real suggestion that I want this person to make that they will draw. Maybe I'll do it over the icons. Because right now we have them selecting this middle piece, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, do we want what comment would they do that they would then draw a new piece on?
Oh, thank you, Adoom, for the feedback. Thanks, Raphael. You need more live sessions, yeah. There will be more. We're working on it. Yeah, by the way, if you have any guest or creative field that you would like to be featured on Adobe Live, feel free to drop it in the chat.
That's crazy.
Any designer you want to see, any illustrator you want to see, motion designer that you admire, that you want us to invite. You see that this pencil looks nice.
Oh, thanks.
Good job.
More like a broad tip marker.
Yeah. A stabilo. It's funny, like in French, where like for like objects that appear or have been created in the 20th century, then usually it's the brand coming from the US that becomes the world. Like this, we can say a Stabilo, which is a brand of markers. Or for a fridge, we say a Frigidaire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is the brand, the
Which is
first
the brand
brand
name.
coming to France.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
They're asking if you all work without a mouse. Yeah, you're both using the trackpad, but
I'm trying to think what my normal flow is.
When you're at your desk, how do you work?
It depends. I go back and forth. It depends how many meetings I have in a day, to be
Yeah,
honest.
and
I
you
feel like that's why,
move
it's
and
because I
plug
move
in.
so much. That's why I'm using the trackpad now. But when I'm like at my house and I can settle in, I might use a mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend to be on the move a lot, so working different meetings, and so I tend to be working with the trackpad. I'm definitely trackpad ninja.
Pretty good.
Trackpad ninja.
There is also a guest. Find it.
Who's the better trackpad ninja?
show my screen. So this is Shona X. She was one of our guests on the show. She creates these amazing illustrations in Illustrator, all with a trackpad in Illustrator.
Crazy.
And she's super fast. Clicking everywhere, and
yeah, you just get used to it.
Yeah, with a trackpad. Ryan is asking, how did you guys start working for Adobe? Ooh, experience and connections. So Danielle, we know you were an intern.
Yes, I was.
Because your school had a connection with Adobe, so kind of bridge.
Adobe. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Talin, you were lost, I think, in the building, and we said, okay,
yes,
maybe you should.
someone found me.
Do you need a desk?
Yeah.
So,
do you want to design something? And I just sat down, and out came XD. No, no, I had some friends join the team, the Adobe design team. And they recommended me to, there's a position open on the web, the Adobe.com team.
Whoa.
So the design team the design organization who was designing Adobe.com. Mm-hmm. And so I joined there, and I didn't really spend much time designing Adobe.com. Only about 2 months before I got pulled onto other projects, and eventually, XD. So.
Nice.
You know that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if I went to school right over here, California College of the Arts, and so the friends that got in were classmates of mine. So we've now built up a little.
Make connections. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should attend events. Keep networking. We have a cool series of events if you're in the US. It's called Creative Jams. If you visit the website, we can put the link in the chat, adobecreativejams.com. This is a tour where we invite hundreds of designers in one room. We have keynote speakers. We have a design battle between local designers. And it's a good way to meet your peers, make connections. Thank you, Gus. We are also now a global partner of the Creative Mornings, which is an initiative that's started in New York by Swiss Miss, and this is also a good way to meet other creatives. It's one Friday morning per month. Every time there is a new theme with keynote speakers, but it's also more like it's an opportunity to network, and meet your peers. And Adobe is a global partner now. We just announced it.
Oh, that's great. I love that series. I've seen many talks there.
Yeah, because the talks are recorded too. Mm-hmm. So we have someone who participated in a creative jam in University of Iowa. I guess it was this year, because this year we did a tour in a lot of universities to meet design students. Awesome.
That's great. Yeah, that team does a really great job with those events.
Kosher Life, question for you 3, being fresh out of design school. Okay, what is the best way to find a branding job or UX, UI job so early? When you just after school, what is the best way?
Internship is probably the best way to start.
Yeah, look at Danielle.
Yeah, it's great to get a sense of a team and also like the type of work that you're doing when you are able to kind of feel it out for a little bit, and then they can fill you out and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's how we've had many interns who start, and then if they're the right fit, then a lot of times they'll come back on full time. So that's a good way to do it. I would say a lot of it is about just getting out there and making connections. As Michael was saying, I think it's a really good way to start. I know that I've met a lot of designers and people who applied later, out at events, whether it's when I've been at conferences or other things like that. So that's a good way to kind of get out there. So.
And today there are so many tools to PR yourself also as a designer, like creating your portfolio on Behance, Instagram, and also when you start your career, you have time for personal projects. So there is something that you really love. Like I had some friends in Paris transitioning from interactive design to lettering full time, just sharing lettering on Instagram. And then they got noticed by brands, and they started to work for some brands, side project. Now he only does lettering.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was told, like, when I was first looking, I had my website that I had my portfolio on, and I was trying to figure out, like, what I wanted to do next. And great advice someone gave me was to
feature what you want to do
exactly next. Yeah, show what it is that you want to be doing on your portfolio, because also, right, you can show a bunch of work and it might not be like your best work, or it might not be what you actually want to be doing. So if you have a bunch of like website design but you actually want to be doing something completely different, people when they see your portfolio are going to hire you for what you're showing. Nice. So yeah, it's good to, so I end up doing like some side projects or trying to just on my own time to do and show on my portfolio what it was that I wanted to be hired for. So that helped a lot.
Very good advice.
It's not my day.
Nathan is asking you, Talin, so
what?
No,
That's crazy.
What's happening?
Do you want to restart your machine?
Yeah, maybe I restart my machine.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's the smart thing to do.
Okay.
So I've made some.
Just feature Talin because she will have to restart.
So I've just made some little icons here, and so now when we click, let's go back to our prototype. So when we now click, when we have something selected, and we click on the comment, we get this box, and we can click and make a comment, or we can click on one of these icons to actually maybe enter into a mode where I can actually draw on top of what it is we're looking at, or maybe we can add an image, or maybe we can add a GIF, a reaction GIF, which is always the best. That's the best way to leave a comment, really. In my so yeah, so then maybe the GIF one would launch a little overlay where I could search to find the GIF that I really wanted. The image one would maybe pull up the file browser on the desktop, like on the OS that you're working on, and then the drawing one, maybe that takes you into whole mode, where you can then have some drawing tools where you could just pick them up and draw, or maybe even type things on top of it too. That could be cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see. I'm gonna make sure these are all wired up, and I'm actually gonna update the prototype. There.
So Raphael does XD handles animation just between artboards. You have transitions, I would say.
Yep. So I'm gonna preview that right now.
Nathan has a question for you about gradients, where apparently once you set a gradient in the color swatch, you cannot change the angle afterwards.
Yes, that's inside the color picker.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a plane taking off.
Oh.
My computer is about to implode.
explode.
It's really about to explode.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's just Mac OS.
Yeah, just Mac doing its
waking
thing.
up.
Yes.
So we put the microphone here just for a few seconds. Otherwise, they would just listen to a plane.
Just hear that. See the plane going.
Boom. Maybe it works this way too. We should get this way. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're. That's a really good comment. I hadn't really thought about that one in a while. That's why we really like people giving us feedback, is because there's a lot of things going on now in the app. Yeah, definitely. I think we need a way to do that. I don't know if we're working on anything right now, but I think it's a really great comment and something that that we can go kind of check out about gradients. So
some people thought it was their computer.
Oh really? Oh no! I'm so sorry. Wait. No, it's my computer.
Coast Your Life on interns, that is a constant challenge.
Right.
How do you?
Some power maybe to help.
Yeah, my opinion is that interns should always get paid. I just think that's fair. People are going to be doing work, they should get paid. And I know that we always pay our interns here at Adobe. And I know that when I was in school, the school actually made sure, because we had to do an internship as part of our program. That's part of our requirements, and they made sure that whoever that you're going to intern with, we're going to like the intern should be paid. So you gotta kind of weigh the costs. You know, if you want to go for an internship and the company is not going to pay anything, just going to pay you through that experience, does that opportunity outweigh the downside, which is you're not going to be able to pay your bills, so you're probably going to have to get like another job. So you kind of have to weigh that, you know, how much it's worth to you. But I would recommend not taking an internship unless you get paid. So. All right, so I just updated the prototype, so you'll see at the link, if you follow that on Twitter, you'll actually see these updates in real time. So if we go out to the web, you'll start to see these changes. You'll start to see the new icons in here.
Nice.
Right? So all the changes I'm working on, like I can update this in real time as I'm working on it, which is
So good.
really handy, really
So
handy.
good.
So maybe I've even already addressed your
cloud,
comment
it's
before
cloud,
it
it's
even
so
happened. It's amazing. So,
Sensei. Must be Adobe
yes,
Sensei.
must be Sensei.
Every time there is something smart,
Sensei.
Sensei.
Take a drink. It's a drinking game too.
Okay, maybe we'll edit this part of the video. Chris, remember to.
That's
edit
just
this
a little. Yeah, sorry. I gave away. That's
Who
just a
knew?
little
That's
thing. Oh, I think. Oh, I gotta add those little icons.
part.
now
Simon, you
on the
also
panel.
started as an intern. Yeah, me too. Talin too. You.
Yeah, I did at the studio that I worked at before Adobe.
Uh,
I started there as an intern.
intern, okay.
Yep.
So me, it's an interesting story because I started as an intern, and this is where I met someone during the internship to create a startup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we decided to create a startup after the internship.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
sometimes you just bet on something and something completely different happens. So
you know, like I think one of the things about working that you don't, I think, realize in school is that, you know, working at places is much about, you know, building relationships with people than it is about the talent level. You know, like you can be super talented and be like not great to work with. You know.
yeah, and also about how to communicate ideas. Because at some point you need to make some business. So
Yeah.
you can be the best designer, but if you don't know how to talk to your customer, understand the needs, and I mean, there's so many parameters. But, and you learn thanks to feedback. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
And working with other peers. So yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and being an intern is the time to learn all of that, right? Like being an intern somewhere is where you're learning how to you know, to build those skills up. You know, so interns definitely aren't sort of expected to have all that stuff sort of nailed, but you know, that's where you pick up on that, and you pick up on how to communicate your ideas better. I know one thing in school that I felt I really wasn't prepared for, which is collaborating with other people, because we were always kind of working on our own projects in our own time. And like I say, one of the hardest things about working at a large company is that there's just a lot of people, and because it takes a lot of people to build an app like Adobe XD, right?
Yeah, somebody's asking about the size of the team. I mean, I'm not sure we can share the size publicly, but yeah.
It's over 100. I can say that, I think. So, yeah, it's a lot of people. And it takes, you know, it's
also,
designers, it's engineers, it's product managers, it's
and
marketing.
there are a lot of shared resources.
A lot of shared, yeah.
So like when you work on the design of XD and on the styles, you also like contribute to the design of Project Felix, which is the same generation. Like every time you build a new tool, you're like, okay, how can we use? Maybe we can use this in another app. And XD, one of the biggest challenges also to make it work on Windows.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So it has been a huge effort to have a solution for Windows users. Because there are a lot of agencies, and especially in some regions where they use Windows, so they need an app.
Yep. Alexi, we have 7 designers working on Adobe XD right now. So, yeah, I believe that's yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how many designers are working. And we have designers actually all
That's
over the
Danielle
world.
today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Count me as half a person, I guess, then. I don't know.
She's designing features for XD right here. Yeah, so we have a team, and our team we have some team in Europe and some in
Ray
India.
says thank you for the Windows version.
Ah, good. That's great. We
It's
were
a great
really
feedback
excited to
because
launch that.
It was tough.
Yeah, it was. But I think it's great. I think it's a great app. I think it really is a flagship app for the UWP platform, the Universal Windows Platform, which is that new.
Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest apps developed on this new platform.
Yeah, it is, and our first on that new platform too here at Adobe. So
even for Microsoft, I mean, it's a big reference.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I will exchange with Microsoft tomorrow. I'm trying to get the Microsoft Surface Studio at max for the live stream.
Oh, great!
Wow.
Because there is something cool coming at max in one of your favorite app.
Tell us more.
No, okay. You will see. It will be live October 18, 19, 20th. Yeah.
So one thing I'm thinking is
Mm-hmm.
I have okay, you have your say something good,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have your 3 choices
Yep.
below. And I think
Yep.
one of them is like image or drawing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, okay, well, since we already have this selected, just maybe there's a different version of this that you want to be using.
Mm-hmm.
And so like attaching or like dropping that in.
Oh yeah,
To
just
this
like
section.
yeah,
just like sort of
drag and dropping
dragging
it
and
in.
dropping it in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can also, like, right, we should be using this version, and then you could share that.
Oh yeah,
attachment with
yeah.
them.
I think that's great.
That's cool.
I really like that.
So, question by Karina Sosa. What are your thoughts on UX designers working remotely and about remote teams in general? So, is it, do you have teammates who are remote?
Yeah. On 1324, do you guys have anybody remote?
We do,
Yeah.
yeah. One of our back end devs is remote. I think it depends. Like with Design Lab team, we're all based here, just because we work so collaboratively, and since we're doing a lot of this sort of like quick ideating and prototyping, it just works really well to be in sync and be together. But we have found making it work when we are remote. Just trying to, we always do calls with like video bridge, or so we can see each other face to face instead of just doing like a phone call, because it's just so much easier to communicate that way if you do have someone who is remote. Yeah.
Yeah. So I work, I think one of the things about, we have 2 designers who are remote. And I think one of the challenges is just being in sync, right? So it takes, I think, a lot of communication, a lot of documentation, on the part of both the team here and the team members who are working remotely.
So which tools do you use to communicate and document?
Yeah, so we use Slack a lot.
Yeah.
Slack a lot. The designers, whether they're in New York or in Europe or in India, they can sort of just peek in and sort of see, get some context what's been going on that day. We've also looked at, we use Adobe XD. To share prototypes and share prototype links. That's a big way to do that, to kind of keep in sync. And so people can kind of see kind of the latest source of truth and kind of what everybody's working on, and add some comments there. Of course, the email threads get very long, but yeah, those are some of the biggest tools we use, I think, to try and stay in sync.
Yeah, but thanks for the great questions. It's,
Yeah,
these
it's
are
great.
awesome to talk about
Yep.
it. Okay, another question by Kosher Life. It's been very nice also because he said, thank you for answering my questions on Twitter. So on Twitter, he tweeted.
That's nice.
That's nice. What are some ways you guys get inspiration for designing okay, so how do you get inspired by other projects, but without reaching this limit where you feel that you are stealing an idea or a concept or a design? And Kosher Life, as a reminder, is at the beginning of his career. So it's a good point. It's good to be very sensitive about it, not about stealing ideas.
Yeah.
It's a nice comment.
Where do you look for inspiration, Danielle?
I
You
think
can say Behance, that's cool. Just saying.
Behance. Of course, but yeah, I mean, I think other than just sort of looking around at sites like Behance that have content from awesome designers, I also look mainly towards the people just around me, like my friends, and then also coworkers. Like the type of work that they're doing is super inspirational and like keeps me motivated to do what I'm like wanting to do, and when I get stuck in something, get re-inspired. So kosher life, Behance me too. Nice. Yeah, so I mean, especially around the office, like people go around and show the work and what they're working on, and people are really passionate about what it is they're doing, right? Like, I mean, Talin and I don't work together on a day-to-day basis, but whenever I do see Talin, he's talking about all these amazing things that are happening in XD. It gets me super amped up and then makes me want to go back on what I'm working on and sort of just like dive back in. It just sort of like re-energizes you, and I feel like you talk to other people that are really passionate about it, what it is that they're working on. So that helps me. What about you?
I look at, I just like to use a lot of tools, and I like to check out new apps. And so a lot of the inspiration that I gather is just from like using the apps I use every day.
Yeah.
Like I got, you know, whether it's, I think one of the ones I've been really liking lately is like Paper by Dropbox. Again, it's for something a little different, but there's so many cool little interactions that team is working on and doing, and just, you know, gathering information, like kind of inspiration from that. You know, I look at, you know, whether it's on the mobile or on the desktop, I'm always just kind of looking for the next, you know, new app out there and kind of seeing how UX design is evolving. You know, I think that's one of my favorite things to do. I remember when, you know, Pinterest on their iOS app, this is going like way back, they were the first to like collapse the little title bar like as people scrolled.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like that was something I really wanted to like to see happen. Like that the UI was really adapting to how the user, and as the user was sort of using, you know, gestures and scrolling and doing things, that the UI actually transformed. And this was something I was really inspired by and tried to bring into my work. And then you actually saw Apple actually adopt a similar pattern in Safari like afterwards. And so I think it's kind of a conversation that like all designers are having. They're sort of being inspired by each other and kind of, you know, riffing on ideas or one-upping or taking something to that next level. You know, like the iPhone X announcement gets, I think, designers really excited because there's new capabilities
And new challenges.
So what are you going to do with them? You know what? And it's going to take us a while to figure it out and really nail it. But I love seeing designers have that conversation through their work. But how do you not copy? I'll take that. Let's stab at that one. So I'd say the biggest thing is that, you know, if you're not thinking really deeply and trying to solve like a user problem, then what you can do is just sort of fall into sort of aping or copying an idea, and it might not fit. You know, what you're really trying to do is solve for the user first. And I think if you have that user of your product or your app in mind, even if you are inspired by something else, those ideas will naturally evolve to solve that user problem. Right, or they should, or else you're not really doing, I think, and your job as a UX or UI designer. So, but it's tricky. It's a tricky balance,
especially with design, because there is part like of copying it's part of the learning process. You know, when you learn illustration, for instance, you have to take a reference and get inspired just to practice. So it's more about like when you have to come up with a concept that is your own. Make sure to credit if it has been inspired by someone else's work. Make sure to always credit the other work.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Paul, if you can share my screen. Do you see the go-kart? Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So that's a new prototype shared by one of our friends. Who is it? Manoj. It's called Go-Kart. So you see how a trend, like one prototype can inspire. We were talking about the inspiration. Like at the beginning of the show, I was showing. Oh, the first screen it says loading. Since then, all the prototypes they have.
Everybody's got loading.
Everywhere, yeah, everywhere. So go kart, nice scrolling. Okay. Vivo. Oh, gold. Ready? Let's go for gold. Oh.
Oh, there! Look, there's the switcher.
The switcher.
The switcher.
Like the screen. Okay, good. That's good inspiration too. Okay, which model I want? Want to add to the cart? Okay, nice. Ooh, discount. Just got a discount. And the address, and I can view the details. Place the order. Yeah, good job.
Nice, nice job.
Yeah, nice icons, and it's very good.
All right,
Thanks for sharing.
so I had this crazy idea that I just had to kind of go for here, and a little bit of synergy, here. I really love Adobe Sketch for the iPad, and I was thinking about being able to, the comment earlier, to be able to actually like draw or actually like mark up like designs.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what I want to be able to do is like maybe if I'm on a tablet, just like grab a brush or a marker and actually just draw on top of the design, and then hit like done and comment, and actually will save that as a little version of that, like actually in that comment. And then the person, when they click on it, can actually enter into the same live mode and actually see all that sort of marked up. So I was like, what if, again, maybe a little synergy here, but if I clicked on the little draw icon, let's go preview this. So I pop that up and I go draw. It takes the artboard that I'm looking at and it centers it here. And actually, I'm in Adobe Sketch drawing mode, basically, inside of XD. Like almost like Adobe Sketch has been layered on top of, because it has all those markers, and I can go in there and actually choose
Photoshop
a color.
You can actually draw on it.
Yeah, so Photoshop Sketch is a mobile app available on iOS and Android. It's a free app actually. You can download it now. It's an amazing drawing app, and it has this this UI.
And so what I did is I went out and just found a quick screenshot of Adobe Photoshop Sketch. That's and smart. I actually got the width of the toolbar actually pretty spot on for memory. But then I just basically masked it inside of the shape, and now I have Adobe Photoshop Sketch layer like inside of Adobe XD.
Good job.
So that was kind of fun. Sort of be like, all right, let's go try this.
It's pretty cool, yeah. And then you could basically, the other person could go back into this mode in some sense and see, or add on top of it.
Yeah, definitely. So then you could hit like a little button and like, you'd be done. And I'm gonna draw, just for fun, just a big, actually, maybe I could do that. I'll just draw a big X here on this. Like, no, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Big X.
Big X. If they don't get it, I don't know.
They should. Yeah, I don't know. So then I would hit done, and then in the comment here, now I would have that little thumbnail preview. Kind of right in line there.
Oh, nice. Oh, looks good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, right there. All right, let's wire that up and see how that feels. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna duplicate our initial screens. So let's see. Go from here to there, from there, there to
It's
there.
funny because you are both prototyping.
Okay.
Both connecting the.
Make that the
screens.
artboards. Hit play. Let's test it out. Okay, so here I select that object and I want to make a comment, but what I really want to do is just make my point very clearly. Oh, I gotta do a screen
Before and
before that, but then once I'm done, I hit there, and then
Nice.
that little pops up, the little thumbnail with the little drawing on it, preview of it pops up there, right inside the
that.
comment.
That's good.
I like these 3 little options. They're
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Thanks,
need,
Kevin, for the feedback. Kevin was suggesting that.
so I'm gonna just duplicate this guy back there, remove the X.
Emmanuel, yeah, you want guides. So actually, a very efficient workaround is that you can draw lines in your artboards and you can log them, right?
Oh, I just saw a cool tutorial on that today
Really?
that someone in the community
No. way.
actually posted about.
about the workaround?
Yes. Where did I favorite that? Let me go see. Yes, right here.
Oh, look at that.
And I do a very similar thing. I use repeat grid.
Oh, this is Dansky. I
Yeah.
know this guy. He will be at Max.
He will?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
He will be at Max. I want to feature him live.
So
I'll be live.
you guys should go
really
check
like
out
Dansky.
this tutorial.
Yeah, you should subscribe to his
'Cause
YouTube
it's
channel because
super
he's from the
cool.
UK and he's really awesome. He
Yeah.
does amazing tutorials about XD.
So let's see what he does. I'm pretty sure so he styles it.
Because the
Yep,
thing is that
and he made the
once
in a
it's
repeat
locked,
grid.
you still have the smart guides. So it will snap to
It'll
any
snap to
objects in
the
the UI.
objects. Yep.
So
Yep. So there you go. Go watch Dansky's
Dansky.
tutorial. Tweet at him,
That's
tell
good.
him he's awesome. Because I've done the same thing. Actually, let me see if it's actually in this document, because there might be this hidden thing. Maybe it's not in this one. See if I have it on there. Nope, it's not in this one. I do have. I have in one of my master
A project.
documents for the team. I have a grid
Oh.
like in it. There it is. So I have these like slides because we also make our presentations in XD, which is pretty cool. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
So if I want to, I can actually change the size of the spacing of that grid
Oh, with a repeat grid.
whenever I want, right? By just dragging it like
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
It's really useful.
And I like mine a little bold, you know. I have the cyan, a little transparent. Yeah, that's one of my little hacks as well. But I will tell you, I tested out a layout grid build the other day.
Oh no.
Oh, you did?
Oh my god. You sneaked too many stuff today. Too many new features.
We're working on.
Too
We're working
chatty.
on. We're
There is
definitely
a-
working on. We're definitely working. We're
There's a
actively
build.
working on layout grids.
Somewhere on the server,
There
on
is,
the
there
FTP
is.
server, there was
Yes.
a build with a layout grid.
Yes.
Crap.
Pretty good. Pretty good. But until you know that happens, go check out Dansky. He's got some cool ideas. So what I can do, because now you know we have that link out there, and now I have this sort of variation of this prototype. I can update that same link, or I could publish a new link. So maybe I'll just update, and everybody can go check out our little. Just gonna update that. And what I've done here now is I've just moved the home artboard from before. It was on this one. This is where we were starting our prototype journey before, and this is the original comment flow. But now all I've done to update and change that flow is I've changed my home artboard. And so now this prototype link will include only the artboards that are all wired together. So my prototype will now be these 6 artboards and not include any of these artboards up here. This is really handy for sharing variations with your team, just basically moving that little home artboard around in prototype mode. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to choose update link. Again, I could just do new link, and I could do a brand new link, but I am just going to update the same link. So if you have it out there, you guys can go check it out again. So
cool. In the meantime, I will show a prototype that has just been shared by some friends in South Africa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Chris, if you want to share my screen. There we go. Feel the heartbeat of Cape Town. I've heard that Cape Town is very nice.
Let's come on in.
No, but it's one of the top destinations for French people because it's on the same time zone, you know. And when it's winter in Paris, it's summer in Cape Town.
Nice.
Afro chic, okay. I think it's a place, Victorian building that I can book. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, family suite dorm. Okay, some information about the rooms.
Ooh, I wonder if they're using the back button, or the back option in prototype mode.
Oh, maybe we should show that. We should explain
Yes,
what this
Yeah,
is.
what
yes. This is kind of one of those really
For
like
prototyping. It's a nice,
deep features.
nice prototype. Thanks.
So I'm going to add to my prototype here, and I'm going to make like almost like a little back button, or like maybe like a little X or something. So I'm just going to make that same little triangle here. Okay. So in prototype mode, if you have something selected and you wire it up, as part of one of your targets, I said it wrong. It's actually previous artboard. So one of the option up here is when I click on it, I want to go to not to a specific artboard, but to the previous artboard, which means however I got here, take me back to that. So I'll do previous artboard. So it actually gets a new little icon, a little return icon.
Okay.
So what that will do is basically take me right directly back to the last artboard I was working on. I was viewing.
Okay, so you need to select.
Yep.
Okay.
So here's what I'll do is just to test this, I will wire up a way to get there from maybe one of these other artboards. Or maybe I'll make a whole brand new one real quick just to really to show what it does.
So Raphael, if you check the schedule tab, you will see that next time we will be live from Max, and we will cover everything. We have about 20 guests, from photographers to motion designers, illustrators, UX designers, graphic designers.
So this is gonna be kind of
So
weird.
yeah, it will be 3 days. It will be huge, a lot of content, and we will also live stream the keynotes. So this will be on October 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure to note it in your calendar because this is where we will unveil the future of Creative Cloud, including what's new in Adobe XD, what's coming, what is the vision.
Yep.
And Adobe XD will have a huge role during the keynote, so make sure to watch. But not only XD, we talked about Project Felix also. We have some news for Felix. We have big news for photographers, and also new features in all the creative apps, Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, mobile apps.
Mobile apps, yep, lots of great stuff. All right, so previous artboard. So I made this this is gonna be really ugly, but just to get the point. So our normal flow, I would click here to then go to this kind of maybe central destination.
Yep.
And when I hit that back button, it'll take me right back to where I was. That makes sense. Let's say I went there from something very different like this, and now I just wired this up to take me here. Now if I go and click back, it'll take me right back to the artboard that I came from. So really handy for doing maybe menu options, like a sort of popover, menu, and then it'll always sort of lead you back to, say if you're on like a search results page and you click to go somewhere, it'll always take you back to the search results page. So,
Nice.
Yep. So Danielle, what are you working on? What do you got wired up here?
Yeah, let's take a look. Taking in mind, all right, let's play this. So I have this similar, okay, you have your chat that you are going to comment on something. you go and click, but instead of the drawing one that takes you into that drawing mode that you have, it's maybe like the image one. So you could maybe drag and drop an image in here. So right now it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop something in. I have a different version of this image that I want them to be using. Then I can add my comment, oh, we should be using this version, and then click share. And then once I share, it'll actually post that comment within here. And then I do have these little icons up here as well. So right now I have myself, and then I have you up there. So I'm gonna switch users right now. And so in this story, it just sort of changed to, okay, Talin is in here, so I should have you sort of first up here, and you have a different view. Now that I've commented, you'll get this little icon up here. So I'm thinking, okay, you're in here, you got a notification on this little comment bubble. When you click on this, you'll be able to see the comment within this, the whole stream, and then if you go and click on that one, we'll pan into that specific artboard.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want that. Let's ship that. Very cool. I think I might have to do the GIF one now that we're here.
GIF and we have to finish all three of those flows.
Okay, here we go.
Good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
GIF is the most playful one. Anyway.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it's pretty fun. So don't mess it up.
No, I won't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Raphael is asking, does XD will have templates for the new iPhone X screen? Oh, I guess, when you start and the list of dimensions, I guess it's an easy addition.
Yes, we will be adding some new templates, artboard template sizes very soon.
Upcoming release.
Yes, in an upcoming release. Yep.
And since the creation of XD, the first preview and beta, you always had monthly releases, right? Every month.
Yep. Monthly releases. There's been, little here, maybe it was when we were really deep in Windows. I don't think that month we had a monthly release, but we have kind of since then, which has been pretty crazy. I mean, that's pretty brand new for Adobe to actually have an app that has regular releases every month. That's a pretty new thing. So, the team works really hard again to be out there talking to designers, engaging on the user voice forum. Running kind of constantly, sort of doing user testing and user research to make sure we're working on the right things to tee up that next monthly release, and make sure we're always sort of making XD better. And some releases are bigger than others, but we're constantly making XD better. So.
Wait, sharing. Will you give us the XD file at the end? At least the prototype.
You can check out the prototype.
Yeah, the web prototype.
Yep.
This is a working file.
This is my team's actual working UI for XD. So, unfortunately, I won't be sharing that one today.
Sorry.
And it's that point about inspiration. I like, there's a lot of different ways that other apps have handled. See, Twitter has this little thing that pops up when you want to add, a GIF. And there's, I use the new app integrations on the iOS messages all the time.
Oh yeah.
And Facebook has a little GIF drawer that comes up.
Oh yeah.
Right. So let me see how this is gonna work here. So maybe this turns into.
So we received 2 prototypes. Maybe I will share these ones. Ahmed, I think this is something he shared yesterday, but he worked on it to improve the UI. Very nice. I like the cards like this. It's a nice effect. Add 2 cards. Check out. Nice and clean. Good job, Ahmed.
Nice.
Felicia, where is it? Hey, Paul Trani, can I get some feedback, please? My prototype in progress made with Adobe XD. It's a suicide prevention. Okay, good luck. Paul, we want your feedback now. Okay. Reach out. UI warrior. Okay, I'm still working on this. I see. Thanks for the feedback. So it's more for a website or maybe a tablet app.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. The call to action is very obvious. Yeah. Yeah. If you want a good call to action, just add a big arrow next to it, so you know where to click. Yeah. I want to reach out. Local groups. Okay. So who was it? It was Felicia. Thanks for sharing, Felicia. Oh, I just received 2 new ones. Claudia and Nicole. Okay, let's see that. The real shopping experience. Okay. So far,
the
all
other
the other
ones
ones,
fake.
all fake.
All fake.
So that's the real one. Oh no! It will close in 3 screens. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, it's for free. XD is for free. Thanks for the nice joke, Claudia. And then Nicole. Star Designs, explore the collection. Nice. Very classy. Yeah, very nice. Oh, yeah, we received very nice prototypes this week. Very proud of you. Checkout. Yeah, a lot of checkout experience that we would like to see more actually in apps. Very modern. Complete. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, and there is a hamburger menu. Look at that. Oh, okay, with the navigation. Nice, good job. Okay, so for the people who shared prototype today, let us know in the chat, when did you start using XD? Was it this week, watching Adobe Live, or was it during the year? Yeah, let us know. Oh, what's happening? Oh, this is Jiffy. Okay.
I am just grabbing some GIFs.
The puke one, the rainbow puke.
They gotta have that one. I'm just grabbing some to drop into my repeat grid, to make this to make this feel real. So I've got to get some some real content here. So I'm just putting together a quick folder of stuff of awesomeness.
Nice.
Just awesomeness, really.
Claudia, you tried XD last year. That's good. El Hamzawi is asking, Ahmed, sorry, is asking, what's the next feature that we can expect in the next update of Adobe XD?
So
anything you can sneak?
So coming soon, like I said, we're working on a few things that we hope to ship in some updates very soon. And so we're working on things like layout grids, working on overlays and scrollable areas. Again, I don't know exactly when they're going to make it out there, but those are some of the top ones. So that we're working on right now. Also working on more Creative Cloud library support. So things like bringing in graphics from Illustrator or Photoshop, those are all things that we're working on right now that we're preparing for an upcoming release. So a lot of work still to do on all of those, but we're getting there. Oh, look at that! I can't. Sorry, I always have to do this again. So I just grabbed a bunch of images and I have my repeat grid here, which is some boxes. This is just one of my favorite things to do, though. I'm just going to select all of those, just drag and drop them right into there.
Nice.
Bam, done.
And so fast.
Amazing. So here I have maybe like a little search bar, and what I'm going to do is basically just, Danielle's just going to click on one of these. And then, again, we'll go up here and we'll grab this screen and copy this down here.
What a selection of GIFs you chose.
I know, it's quite a variety here. Some classics. So Danielle, though, is going to, let me see this. There it is.
Hi, Arturo. Oh, John from South Africa. It was the first time he was using XD, actually.
Oh, really?
Today. Yeah.
Oh, nice job, man. That looks great.
Cool.
Really like that. So yeah, let's wire this up.
Nicole, she just shared the jewelry. She started using XD for the first time on Tuesday.
Oh wow!
Day one of Adobe Live. Cool.
That's great. We love.
Good job.
Yeah.
Claudia
It
says
looks
nice.
very
The GIF in
superficial.
chat is needed.
Yes, it is always. That's what we live for. We live for GIF reactions. Okay, so I'm gonna wire up my little GIF button, and then I'm gonna wire up Kanye here. Let's go check this out. Okay, so Danielle selects that, and she wants to make a comment, and she's like, "What says this better than a GIF?" Click on that. Turns into a search bar. She's like, great. Boom.
There you go.
There it is.
Proofs.
Done.
That's so good.
That's awesome. I want, man, I need that. This is how I want to communicate to my
Yeah.
team, and like, as we're working in these files. Yeah, Giphy
so
keyboard
nice.
is the best. That's awesome. So now, actually, what I should just do is just wire this up now back to our comment flow, because it's all right here.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll finish up my flow of sort of clicking into the specific comment
Yeah,
now as the other
yeah.
person, and then we can try and hook them all
Right.
sort of together a
That's
little bit.
awesome. Awesome. All right, let's go down here. All right, so do that, and I can go that way. Comment, great. Go. Put these. I'm just gonna organize my file a little more. I kind of wish maybe one of the things we could have prototyped was like, I want XD to like organize these things for me a
little bit more, yeah.
a little better. But that's for another stream.
Yeah, figuring out more about artboard
Yes.
organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. About that. Nice.
That looks good. Yeah, here's what I have. So
Okay.
we have the say something good. Click on the image one.
Oh, you did
put
the
an
image, that's right,
in,
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I can drop a new image in there saying like, oh, I think we should use this version. So type that in, click the share. So now it's actually posted as a comment. And then switching over to a different user. So this is you.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
your side of your screen.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you get a notification here on this on the comments. So
Yep.
you
Nice.
click the comments and it pulls that out, and now you can see the latest at the top of that comment. And if you like hit reply, or takes you right into the screen over here. But I gotta figure out, because we have like these dual things happening
Yeah.
here, so it might not be the
Maybe the reply
Nice
just
to go.
happens like right in line.
Right in line
Yeah,
there.
right in line there.
yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
it's if you click this actual card, it just takes you here without this comment screen here,
Because you're already
has it
setting it up.
selected. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Very cool.
So Josh, so today Adobe XD is not rendering animated GIFs, so that's why
Not
it
yet.
looks static.
Something we are working on now.
Oh,
Because
cool.
we definitely want to support like more
Micro animation.
more media types. So maybe you could import a GIF that you generate from After Effects, or maybe
would
you
be
can a movie clip. You can actually trigger a movie clip. If you guys are really interested in that, go check out our user voice and give it an upvote. Just do a search, do a quick search for, say, GIF support or video support, and give that an upvote. Again, because the user voice really is a place where we go and we listen and we respond, and we use that to help kind of prioritize features that we're working on. So go check it out. Yep. See.
Yeah, like they communicate with your boss by posting memes. That's how you know it's 2017.
That's yep, exactly.
It's true.
Actually, I saw a great tweet today that Congress tweets, Senate retweets, President faves, and we have a law. that's how this stuff works, right? If boss replies with positive reaction with the cat reaction meme, you know you're good. You know you're good.
So talking about cats, we have Barb. She says that this is her first Adobe XD creation. Quick 1 hour mock-up. Hope you like it. Okay.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So it's cats in hats.
We are. That's yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So what's happening here? Oh, Mew info. Not more info.
Clever.
Very nice. Very nice.
Add to the cart. Here we go. Keep shopping.
Oh, there you go.
That's good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
First prototype.
Awesome.
I mean,
That's great.
good job.
Nice job. I don't know if you guys caught this, but there was a hidden 404 page for a while. I think it was like last year, a year ago on Adobe.com.
Really?
Oh, I wasn't aware of this one.
It was a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cat.
Yeah, there was a cat. Little secret cat.
How'd you come across it?
Is
It was
when
actually
you
pretty
Oh.
were-
common to come across,
Okay.
and it's not there anymore. So.
Is it from when you were working for 2
Adobe
months for the Adobe
Yes.
XD team? This is when
Yes, that was my contribution.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was actually
I hid
you
that
who
one.
left the cat.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I actually hid that. No. All right. So let me know when you're ready, and we'll bring your screens in here and wire them up.
Cool. I'm just taking a look at the end of this flow now.
All right.
So maybe I'll just go right after I have left a comment, and then we switch over to you, and you get a notification right here. Then if you click on the comments come out, and then if you click on this card, maybe I want to see like where you're actually talking about this, then it will zoom into and have the selected piece,
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
And then you could go in, you could reply, resolve, or do something like that.
Yeah. Nice. All right. I like it. Let's put it
So you're gonna
together.
bring them, so
And
I just
we'll-
saved mine. Mine is in there. It's 3.1.
Okay. All right. We'll give that a sec.
Oh yeah, we have 12 minutes left.
Oh, so specific.
Oh yes. We can do
Don't know
this.
how
We
you're
can
coming up
do
with that math.
this in 12 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's this flow right here.
Yep, that top.
Yep. And that one. Okay. Right here. Okay, so we did. Okay, I've got the image icon selected. And I'm going to drag that there. Okay, now let's check it out. There. Oh no, looks like I missed something. Let me go check that out again.
So Raphael is asking what are the biggest limitations of XD. So cannot make coffee, right? No.
No coffee, sadly.
Doesn't cook, not yet.
Not yet. Let's see. It all kind of depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
I think that
Depends on your
some
needs.
some again, like how far along or what part of the process you're in. I think XD is really good for basically end-to-end design of an application. I think that it's really great for early ideation, as we just kind of saw with Danielle's kind of wireframey kind of flow. Again, it's really fast at helping you get up and going and really communicate an idea through an interactive prototype. And then you can just keep going with it and just keep adding more layers of fidelity all the way up to that final production ready app. And I think we really like having that full design prototype share workflow inside of XD. And I think what we'd like to see more is just, and I think where maybe people are really asking for more is around higher fidelity when it comes to motion interaction, right? Like we can't do maybe those really timed or stateful animations that you see in a lot of applications. And it's definitely something we're investigating and looking at and adding into XD. So I say that's probably where, again, some designers, again, who are kind of on that cutting edge are really looking for more animations, right? Yeah. And so, but again, like, it depends on what part of the process, because that comes after you've solved the big end-to-end problem. Then you start adding more layers of fidelity and animation in there. You know, so just kind of depends on what you're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
I said, like, you know, my team, like, we work in it every day and we design XD in it, and you know, it's been amazing kind of for our workflow. So I'd say it's pretty good, you know. So, and a lot of teams here at Adobe Design are using it. Like I said, the Behance team we mentioned earlier, the live team, the Behance live, yep. So yeah.
It's just so fast. It's amazing how fast the screen is.
Okay, let's see if I did this right now.
Okay.
Here, image. We'll have to add in the personas to mine, and then
and that's it.
Did I miss? That was it. So here, and then you had. So, oh, you did that. It was this. So there. Okay, and from here it was just new user. There.
Yep.
There. And there. Okay, let's check this out. Click on that, add that image, make a comment, share. There we go. So now we're going to jump over, and now this is me in the document, and then a notification shows up. Click on that. I see the most recent. Click on that, pan and zoom, takes me right there.
Awesome.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, very good.
So I'm going to update our prototype here. Okay, so now everybody can go out there and you can see the normal comment flow. You can see the markup flow, the GIF flow, and the image attach image flow.
I'm obsessed with the GIF one.
I know,
the Kanye one is hilarious.
Man, jeez, see, Kanye approves. See, done. Ship it. So yeah, so everybody go out there and check it out.
Leave comments.
Yep, leave comments. So as you're working through there, what you can do is, you know, say you follow down, you go down the markup one. If you just click the little home icon here, that will take you right back to the start, and you can start and follow the other path. So,
cool.
Check it out. So, yeah.
So there is one more prototype to check.
Okay.
It's our friend Kemal.
Oh,
you remember Kemal?
Yes.
On day one,
yes.
he was like, "I will solve your style guide problem."
Kemal's here.
Oh,
Here
just
we
did
go.
it. He just did it.
Here we go.
So,
I can't wait.
Hello world. Typography.
Using Windows UI. Very nice.
Colors. And here, you click on export. The style guide for development. Export style guide. And you get a summary. That's Kemal
And then output.
angle.
Very nice, Kamal. I think that's like if you could just, again, sort of adding on to some of our export workflows now and just packaging up more of that information. Maybe it's a CSS file, you know, like with some style information for the character styles and the colors, and then alongside all your image assets, your SVGs.
This is awesome. I mean, to see a prototype that is also like responding to what we're doing is awesome compared to, right? Like the way we communicate in this way is just so cool compared to just like getting that feedback on a chat and just saying, here, what I think we should do. Like seeing that prototype is awesome.
Very cool, Kamal.
Good job.
Thanks. That's great.
So, Danielle and Talin, you need to pick 2 projects who will get a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription that has been shared during the stream. So there was a Kuni with the tacos.
Gourmet tacos.
Yeah, the gourmet tacos, excuse me. Yeah. We had the go-kart experience, where I could go with the gold version and by now add to cart with the 9 screens. We had the African Heart, which was first prototype, like first try during the stream, actually, by our friend watching. We had the Heels experience, add to cart and the checkout.
Mm-hmm.
Nice thanks message. We had also Nicole, I think, who shared this, and she started using XD on Tuesday. That's what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Add to cart. So nice checkout experience.
Mm-hmm.
We had this, but it was for poll training, like to get some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't deal with shopping actually, so it cannot really enter. And we had the cats in hats.
We had
which was also a first prototype, I think, mainly with XD, if I remember well, with the cart and stuff.
We said the ice cream one earlier.
And the ice cream one already won in the previous stream.
Yeah,
it was just an example.
Nice.
So
and yesterday, are we counting ones from yesterday? Because there's one that I remember that's kind of a trendsetter.
Okay,
Was
yeah.
One
the glasses
was
one.
it glasses?
Yeah, the glasses
stuck in my
one.
head as well.
With ice creams also.
No, remember you used the.
You
it was
select little bubbles of the little glasses, and as you click on one, the glasses appear on her face.
Oh yeah. Who was that? Yeah, we will find it. Gus will find it. Yeah.
So Danielle, why don't you pick one?
I think
and
it was
I'll
from
pick one.
Claudia. I think who already won a Creative Cloud subscription on Adobe Live.
Oh, okay.
So we need to double check because she won this year, and you can only win once.
Yeah, win once. Okay.
But maybe we will find a special prize for Claudia.
Yeah.
Maybe some Adobe XD socks.
Maybe some. Yeah, we can definitely hook you up with some socks, Claudia.
We have Adobe XD.
Yes,
socks.
indeed. Yes, indeed. And I think Kamal, yours falls outside it because you did a prototype of Adobe XD, not the cart. Can't kind of maybe DQs, disqualifies on this one, but Kamal, we're gonna send you some socks.
And there was Pesal also, which was weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one was weird. Yeah, this one we won't be able to feature this one on the adobe.com website, but it was very fun. I love the hidden screen. Where is it? Here.
Oh yeah.
The hidden screen.
The hidden screen.
Okay, so yeah, we need to pick two.
Okay, so Danielle, why don't you want to pick one, and I'll pick the other.
Yeah, sure. Give me a
Let me
moment.
go back to come on.
Thinking
Danielle.
through. Oh no! Oh my gosh, the pressure.
The cart, yeah, the phone,
so much in my
one,
hand.
the shoes,
Shoes.
jewelry, cats,
and Pesal.
Basil.
I think I like the heels, the shoes one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looked really good. Yeah, I like the blur and some of the
Oh,
transitions.
you like the
things.
cards? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Their
nice.
cards and everything.
Good job. So we have a winner. I will ask my friends mods to find. Oh, Ahmed.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Ahmed.
Very nice.
And we need another one.
I mean, what do you? I don't know the hidden. I know it's maybe took a few points off because it's actually Luca Brazzi and not Saul, but that was pretty good.
It was good.
That's good.
Very
Goes by
easy,
glue.
very direct.
Was it Nathan? Yeah. Just want to make sure because I saw maybe Nathan already won Creative Cloud this year too.
Did he?
So we will check.
Okay.
So and maybe encourage one project that has been treated by a newcomer this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Who was that? Like, I know the cats and hats was
The
Cats and
cat,
Hats?
yeah,
first time
yeah,
person,
nice.
right?
that was
It was
very
first time.
very in
Like
depth.
that,
Yeah,
Maybe it was
Yeah.
Barb. No, maybe Barb.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Barb, yeah, and we will check for Pesal, but I think it's Nathan. Yeah, you did. Oh, okay, Nathan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Cool.
thanks for the contribution. I mean,
Yes.
we had
Yes.
it was one of the funniest, maybe the funniest
good
prototype we
one.
had this week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we will reward
That's
Barb because
great.
she did an amazing job.
And
But this week you were all amazing.
Guys are
Like
great.
we received like so many prototypes, and also I was amazed by like people using XD for the first time
yeah,
Yeah.
and taking the time to work in XD to share. You know, it requires also some courage. You know, to
Yeah,
to say,
definitely
you know
to
what,
share
I will
with people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the things that, and this is, I saw a topic on this today, is that like, you know, one of the things that kind of we stop ourselves from sharing, and it's only by sharing and getting feedback that you get better, and just getting over yourself
And
is
you
half the
share
battle.
so much this week. So thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Talin.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Michael.
It's time
That
to
was
say
great,
goodbye
and
and
thanks to the
It
chats.
was really awesome. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you all. We'll be back at Max. Okay. So make sure to come back. We will be live at Max October 18. Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks.
For
Thank
watching.
you.
See ya.